welcome to Let's Talk Stroke. I am your host and stroke survivor, Jerry Wald. So, for those of you that are new, and I appreciate you guys that are uh, coming on and making comments and asking questions. Good morning to everybody here. I appreciate you guys being here. But for those that you are new here, I started doing this show quite some time ago to bring awareness to stroke, TBI, brain injury, and the subject for today is aphasia. And this is really important to me. Uh, let's get to yeah. So I wanted to talk about this, and so you guys have questions. Hopefully, I have the answers, but if I don't, um, I will definitely do some research. So um, let me just get into this. So this is aphasia is not a loss of intelligence. Um, how common is aphasia? About 2 million people in the United States are living with aphasia, and nearly what is it, about 180,000 Americans acquire aphasia every year. So it's kind of crazy, these stats. More people have aphasia than conditions like Parkinson's disease, muscular dystrophy, okay, or MS. So it's pretty amazing on these stats here. Um, the reason I picked this topic is because I'm going through speech therapy, which is awesome. Which in the beginning I didn't like. I never accepted aphasia because 15 years ago, or say 14 years ago, when one of my speech therapists said, "Jerry, remember this: you will lose your job." Like, I'm going to lose my job. Well, he was right, but but during that time, I didn't go back to speech therapy. But so about 1 in 3 people who have a stroke develop aphasia. Stroke is the most common cause of aphasia. It also can result from um, TBI, traumatic brain injury, brain tumors, brain infections, quite other things. And who gets aphasia? It happens with both men and women equally. Um, it can happen at any age. Um, the most common, I don't know why we'll say this, but the most common in adults over 65, because the stroke risk increases with age. But like I said, it can happen at any age. So the reason I bring this up as well is the awareness is so low. Only about 1 in 5 Americans even heard of aphasia. Despite affecting millions, it remains one of the least understood neurological conditions. Um, but anyway, well, I'll get into some other information on this. But thank you again for being here. And um, if I miss you, I'm sorry. But thank you guys for being here. And again, I always like to say, if you haven't um, subscribed to my YouTube channel called Let's Talk Stroke, please do, or hit the notification button that says when I go live. So thank you again for being here. It means a lot. So let's get back into this here. And again, um, I appreciate you guys. It really means a lot, because I started this show really to bring awareness to, the conditions that I have, what you all are watching: stroke, TBI, aphasia. Um, so again, so welcome to Let's Talk Stroke. And what I wanted to talk about is some things that don't get said enough. Um, Something that hurts kind of deeply. Something that too many survivors silently carry. Um, you just don't talk. Something that too many survivors, as I said, it's silently carried. We're talking about aphasia, and I need you to hear this from the beginning. Good morning, Stephen, um, Jen, and everybody else out there. I see you out there. And again, if I don't say your name, or I'll bring up comments and all that. So we're talking about aphasia, and I need you to hear this right at the beginning. Aphasia is not a loss of intelligence. Um, for me, people kind of think it is when I talk and it goes south on my speaking. So I know they're looking at me saying, "Oh my gosh, what happened?" Or well, Anyway, so what aphasia is really? If aphasia is a communication disorder, um, typically it's caused by a stroke. Uh, Hopefully you got that. So um, it affects for okay, I'll just go through it affects your ability to speak, understand language, read or write. Uh, but here's what it does not affect: your mind, your heart, your personality, your value. You still know what you want to say, and this is a tough one. I'm doing so much speech therapy, and so it can always, you just can't get the words out. And that's, for me, I don't know how you guys feel or have that. Um, so, and it's really the most frustrating feelings in the world. Um, you know, I've been there, done that. Imagine this: you know the answer, you know the story, you know exactly what you want to say, but your mouth, what you want to say, it won't cooperate. It won't. You just can't get it out. You know, it's right there at the tip of your tongue, and it just won't come out. People start finishing your sentences. People start talking for you, but that's not what you wanted to say. People start looking at your caregiver instead of looking at you, and sometimes they start talking to you like you're a child. I mean, that hurts, because you're not weak, but you understand everything. I hope that makes sense to you. Let's see here. Thank you so much, and I will um, bring up some comments here if I right here. Let's see here. Never heard of it. Let me fix this. I know until I got it. I never knew, Doug. I never knew about that condition either because of the only reason I got it was because of my therapist, and I read it in some of um, my medical records. It said aphasia on there. It's like, what is that? I didn't know what that was. But thank you, bringing up some of the. I share a lot of information in my attempt at educating. That's awesome, Stephen. Appreciate that. I'm bringing up these. Nolan, good morning, T. Good morning, Lynn. Good morning. And if I don't, one lady I cleaned for had a stroke and aphasia, and that's how I learned about it. Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, there's let's see, what was the others? But my wife knows how to handle it. But if you're a caregiver and you're listening right now, uh, I want you to lean in. Your loved one with aphasia is still there. They understand more than you think. And here's how you can help. Slow down, make eye contact, use simple, clear sentences, ask yes or no questions when needed. Give them time, like real time, to respond. And because I know, please don't assume silence means confusion. Sometimes silence just means the brain is working hard to find that path to that word. Um, the, any questions on that? I mean, I'd love to hear your. But the emotional impact, aphasia doesn't just affect speech. It affects confidence. It affects identity. Um, let's see here. I thank you for making these comments, and Let's see here. Bring this up here. Thank you for being here. The broken, I love it. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for shining a light on this subject. People do get uncomfortable with a long pause. I know I was taught a long time ago by an aphasia therapist said, I know everyone's different. When you're interviewing somebody, don't answer the question for them. Don't answer. I mean, give them some time. People that don't have aphasia, this. I hope this is not a bad thing to say, but people that don't have aphasia, they don't. Do they really understand it? When you have it, it is so. I know it could be frustrating, even at speech therapy. When I go to speech therapy, um, my therapist gives me some stuff to work on, and she's waiting for me to answer it. And it only happens in speech therapy for the most part. She's looking at me. I knew the answer, but I honestly couldn't get it out. It was just a most frustrating thing that I have. I mean, that just really frustrating. God, I hope not. Um, let's see here, Jen. I saw it on my medical. Yeah, that's exactly with me too. I heard it can go away for some. For me, I notice it more when I am stressed. Wow, I feel like I'm talking to myself here because that's exactly right, Jen. That's so true. Yeah, it's really it does get frustrating for us when you are always being the talker. I was always the talker, um, the leader. You were the one always talking. You're the leader, and suddenly words don't follow. You could start to question yourself. Um, you can start feeling invisible. But let me tell you this, something powerful. You're not invisible. No one is invisible. The voice still matters, even if it sounds different now. Um, but let me give you some encouragement here. Uh, to every one of you survivors listening who struggles with aphasia, you're not broken. You're not less intelligent. You're not slow. Your brain is healing. Your brain is rerouting. Your brain is learning new pathways, and that takes courage. Every word you fight to say, seriously, that's strength. Every sentence you practice, every sentence you practice, that's determination. Every time you try instead of giving up, that's resilience. And I see you. I mean, totally understand that. So reframing the progress, maybe your speech isn't what it used to be, um, but maybe your patience is stronger. Um, I'm, and I appreciate this. People, I know. Does anybody feel that too? People treat you like you're dumb, but you're not. I I know. Um, it's so true. I see that so much. It happens when you're excited, Mr. Aphasia Phil. Yeah, like Jen said earlier. For me, if I get kind of stressed out or I'm I'm doing a whole lot of things, it's you I get confused like what I'm doing right now. So and I know you guys understand. I know you understand. The, I'm just bringing up some things here. I love talking to people. Not much now. I feel rushed when I speak. I laugh because I know. Mr. Nolan, the key is to speak slow and think of what you're saying. I know. It's true. Did you ever get your um does anybody after you go to speech therapy, have you been recorded? Um, your therapist records you, And then you listen back, it's like, wow, I am not talking real well, to, so let's see. So your patience is stronger. This is reframing progress. But maybe your empathy is deeper. Um, just saying because your speech isn't where it used to be. Maybe your resilience is greater than ever been. I mean, real seriously, that's growth. That really is growth. Just like we do with OT, PT, some therapy, celebrate the small wins, finding the right word. I mean, Michelle, we love you. I can't stand myself. You, you're good. So finding the right word, celebrate another win, ordering your own coffee. Yeah, answering the phone. Um, Try telling a full story again. Seriously, those are victories. Those are those are victories. They're big victories. So today you should walk away with the truth. Aphasia may change how you communicate, um, but it does not change who you are. Your intelligence is still there. Your personality is still there. Your purpose is still there. Your voice may sound um, different, but it is still powerful. And on this show, on Let's Talk Stroke, we respect that voice. We honor that voice. And seriously, we never underestimate that voice. And like I've done a lot of the shows, keep showing up. I'm proud of you. Let's see. Michelle, I can't understand myself. So, okay. So, Steve, I missed you here. For some reason, I have met maybe the anxiety of make it worse. I know if I'm in a crowd with a lot of people, oh man, that's a tough one here. Um, Upstroke. Wait, shake. Okay, I, I I'm the aphasia, but I could not talk for the first 5 weeks, 6 weeks. Okay, I got to do the eyesight thing. Um, weeks of tracheotomy. Yeah, I understand that. It is very frustrating and a scary time in your recovery. It's a tough thing to deal with. I know, but who we have here? Alan. Good morning. Good morning. Um, Jazz, great to see you. My advice is try to find people who have aphasia. Become oh, become with people who understand the same problem um, as other aphasia people. Yes, absolutely. Um, but it's so true. Aphasia is I met. I don't know if some of you that know Dr. Karen Sullivan. Well, actually, it was before. I ended up getting all my records for from day one of my stroke and all the stuff that happened to me. I ordered all the things, and that's where I found out that it said aphasia on there. I had no clue what it was. I just at the time, no, in my family didn't know what it was, and I figured I talked fine, but then I got talking to Dr. Karen Sullivan, and she was telling me all about it, and Dr. Tom Broussard. Now I know what it is. This is quite some time ago, but it is definitely a communication disease. But I appreciate all the advice here. Nolan, I appreciate all the comments. Thank you so much. Regardless of how you sound, singing, reading out loud, your speech will improve. Make it a habit daily. Good stuff. Um, but yeah, you're right. I mean, there's so many things to learn about aphasia. It's just a, it's a such a tough thing to deal with. I mean, if you go look at the stats, it really is quite the amazing condition um, that we have to deal with. But you know, I always say it is what it is, and now we deal with it. And that's why I wanted to do this show on aphasia. The title was Aphasia is Not a Loss of Intelligence. Um, and and I know it's a little kind of scary to talk. And when we go, I give you my little ideas. When we go to like out to dinner or something, for the most part, I mean, I try to say that. If that really goes south, my wife ends up saying that. She knows what I eat and all that. So, but it does hurt. I mean, it really does hurt. And a lot of stroke survivors, TBI survivors, carry it um, silently. We don't want to talk about it. Um, but that's why we're doing this show today is about, um, and I think right from the beginning, aphasia is not a loss of intelligence. And I want to say that again, aphasia is not a loss of intelligence. Well, so it, it typically is caused by a stroke, a brain injury, and it affects your ability to speak, understand language, read, write. Um, so let's see here. I don't want to. Let's see here. I know there was. So, Alan, it takes a lot of time. I'm going on 49 years and still have hard. I didn't know that. 49 years. Congratulations. 49 years you had, and I still have had hard times sometimes, but you've improved. It sounds like really good. Um, but T, people don't know what aphasia is or means. They are learning because we keep talking about it, and that's exactly right. And that's why I trying to spread the news about this because I raise awareness, always about stroke, um, but not enough about aphasia. I talk about it, um, and absolutely like and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, uh, please do. I appreciate that. Um, where was let me see here. I don't want to. Yes. Okay. Saying and showing improvement over health. Doing this show is therapy for aphasia. Yeah. Me talking. It's amazing you guys are still around and you do a great job, my friend. Oh, listen to you. You're awesome, man. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. But yeah, it's a tough thing to deal with. But you know what? You got to go on. Never give up. This is something that we all have to keep moving forward on. But Alan, it was. Oh yeah, let me read it again here. Alan, yeah, you were 11. Wow, okay. Wow, yeah, I've seen all the ages. It's from somebody that had a 2-year-old. She had a stroke, and I've on up. So, but yeah, so that's what this show was about today. It was just about aphasia, because like some of you said, it's not really talked about enough. A lot of people don't know. I mean, 1 in 5 don't know what aphasia is. Some of these movie stars are getting they're getting the word out because they have a bigger platform, obviously, and but so that's really how I am able to do this. Growing, the show's growing, and but remember, aphasia is not a loss of intelligence. So, lastly, if you do want to be on my show, share your journey, reach out to me. Um, you can, you can, what is topic on aphasia is really aphasia me. But yeah, feel free to reach out to me because I know I do have a guest for Thursday, and sharing her journey, and so feel free, send me a message, and we'll schedule a time. So anyway, I hope you guys have a great Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday, and yeah, thank you. Share this if you think someone can use this conversation that we're talking about. So I hope you guys again have a great Tuesday, and stroke survivor Jerry Wall here. So thank you.